Go outside and look at your bean row, right now, before you watch the rest of this. The bottom leaves have gone yellow, the pods coming off it now are leathery, and somewhere in the back of your head you've already filed this year under finished. Cut it down, rake it out, buy a pumpkin, wait for March. You've got about 11 days on part of what I'm going to tell you, and roughly 5 weeks on the rest. That's the whole gap between picking food out of that bed in November and looking at bare dirt. Walk into a garden center this weekend and find the seed rack. You won't. It's been shoved against the back wall by the clearance bin, marked down to 50 cents a packet, or carted off entirely so the mums and the corn stalks and the little plastic scarecrows have somewhere to sit. And that's the part that gets me. None of that seed went bad. Lettuce holds for 3 years in a cool cupboard. Beet seed for 4, bean seed for 3. They pulled the rack because August seed sales are lousy, and pumpkin displays move product. And that's a floor space decision made by somebody in an office who has never grown a fall carrot in his life. You walked past an empty rack and read it as a verdict on your season. Here's the thing that actually stops people though, and it's more honest than the garden center. Days to maturity. That number on the front of the packet. 50 days, 60 days, whatever it says. That number was measured in spring. Long days and getting longer. Put that identical seed in the ground in August, and the plant is growing into shortening days, cooling soil, weaker afternoon sun. It will not hit that number. It runs about 2 weeks behind. So the packet isn't lying to you. It just quietly assumes you're planting in April, and nobody ever says that part out loud. Add 14 days to every number I give you, then count backward from your average first frost. Zone 5, that's around the 1st of October. Zone 6, mid-October. Zone 7, closer to Halloween. Zone 8, you've practically got till Thanksgiving, and you should be embarrassed if you're not planting. That's the arithmetic. It takes about 4 minutes with a calendar, and it decides everything. The man who worked this out properly was Eliot Coleman, up at Four Season Farm in Harborside, Maine, Zone 5, on the coast, and he's been cutting spinach in January without burning a drop of fuel to heat anything. In the Winter Harvest Handbook, he gave a name to the thing the rest of us kept missing. He called it the Persephone period. Once daylight drops below 10 hours a day, plants stop growing, not dying, stopping, sitting there, holding. For most of the northern states that runs from about mid-November to the first week of February, which flips the goal completely. You're not trying to harvest everything before frost. You're trying to get each plant about 3/4 of the way grown before the light runs out. After that, your garden turns into a refrigerator you never have to plug in, and you go out in a coat and pick supper off it. You're not racing the frost. You're racing the light. Those are different races. And most people run the wrong one. 15 of them. I've ordered these by deadline, so the top of the list is the stuff that needs to happen this week, and the bottom, you can still sow in September. Number 1, bush beans. 50 days. Bush, not pole, and I mean that. Pole beans will not finish, and you'll have wasted your best bed on a trellis full of blossoms in October. Zone 6 and colder. Get these in by August 10th. The soil's still warm, so they'll be up in 4 days instead of the 10 it took you in May. Number 2, broccoli. Transplants only at this point, not seed. 60 days from setting the plant out. And fall broccoli is simply better than spring broccoli, because the head sizes up as things cool down instead of racing the heat. No buttoning, no bitterness, no bolting on you the week before you meant to cut it. Number 3, cabbage. Same rule, transplants, 60 to 70 days. Look for the small storage types rather than a monster head. You want it dense before the light quits. Number 4, carrots. 65 days plus your 2 weeks. Sow them heavier than feels right. Then keep the top inch of soil damp for 10 straight days. That's the entire trick. And it's the step everybody skips. And here's why the carrot earns its space. When the cold hits, the root starts converting stored starch into sugar so it doesn't freeze solid. A carrot you pull after 2 frosts does not taste like a carrot you pulled in July. It's a different vegetable. Number 5. Kale. 55 days. Same sugar business as the carrot. Every person who tells you they hate kale has only eaten it grown in summer. Number 6. Swiss chard. 55 days, and once it's up, it'll keep going until something genuinely hard kills it. Zone 7 and south. There's a decent chance it just doesn't die. Number 7. Beets. 55 days for a proper root, but you're cutting greens off it in 3 weeks regardless, so even a beet that never sizes up has fed you twice. Number 8. Kohlrabi. 50 days. Almost nobody plants it, and almost everybody who tries it plants it again the following year. Peel it, slice it, eat it raw standing in the garden. Number 9. Spinach. 40 days, and this is the one with a catch. Spinach seed will not germinate properly in warm ground. Above 75 degrees soil temperature, you're looking at something like 30% coming up, and then you blame the seed company. So prime it, soak the seed overnight in water, spread it out, and let it dry for 2 days, then seal it in a jar in the refrigerator for 5 days. Sow it after that, and it comes up like it's spring. Sow it 1/2 inch deep, rather than 1/4, and water the row with cold water in the evening. Number 10. Turnips. Hakure. 38 days, and it's nothing like the woody purple thing you're picturing. Sweet, crisp, eaten like an apple. Purple top, if you want the traditional one. 50 days. Number 11. Lettuce. Leaf types. 45 days, not head types. Same warm soil problem as spinach, but milder. Sow it in the shade on the east side of your tomato row and it'll germinate fine. Number 12. Bok choy. 45 days full size, grows faster in fall than in spring because it isn't trying to bolt on you. Number 13. Mustard greens. 40 days, peppery in warm weather, mild after frost. Number 14. Cilantro. 45 days. This is the only season it actually works. You've spent every spring watching it bolt in 3 weeks and assumed you were doing something wrong. You weren't. It was the heat. Number 15. Radishes. 25 days. You can sow these on the 1st of September in Zone 6 and still eat. Sow a short row every 10 days and stop trying to do it all at once. One mistake, and it's the same mistake every year. August soil crusts. You sow at the depth you'd sow in April. A warm rain hits it, the surface dries into a lid, and the seedling can't punch through. Then you're standing there in September deciding the seed was old. Lay a board flat over the row for 4 days, or a piece of burlap, or wet newspaper. Check underneath on day 3, pull it the second you see white. That one step will do more for your fall garden than anything else in this video. And skip fall peas. People try it every year because peas are a cool weather crop and it seems logical. They'll come up, they'll vine, they'll flower, and the frost gets them the week before the pods fill. Your neighbor is putting his garden to bed this weekend. Pulling stakes, hauling vines, coiling the hose, feeling organized about it. You're going to spend the same 2 hours planting one. Come the first week of November, one of you is eating carrots that taste like candy and cutting kale in a coat, and the other one is looking at a tidy rectangle of nothing and calling it a season.